Hey, welcome back to another episode on my modded 1.16.5 survival world. I emptied my house out of dirt and pillared all the way up to this slime island. I really wanted to see what was going on. Immediately, it was pretty blue and cool, and I killed this sky slime, which gave me a bunch of slime balls. And right after that, I was attacked by two phantoms. I destroyed the tree, which gave me some slime blocks, and then a bunch of saplings so I could replant it. Other than that, I just collected some of the blocks from the place. I went back to my base and made a bed finally so I could sleep. After sleeping in the bed, I planted down those slime trees and hopefully they'd grow for me. I then made a good amount of torches and iron pickaxes, and everyone knows what that means, so I headed down to the mines to get some more resources. I eventually found diamonds, which I was super happy about. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, which was enough to get enchanted. I was very happy about that. Back at my house from mining, I smelted everything that I had gotten, and I didn't even know what to do with half of the stuff. Lots of copper and weird gems, and I made some mirrors and eventually a basic solar panel, which I think was pretty good. I made a tin gear and then a machine frame, and then that led me to a pulverizer. The pulverizer and the solar panel would work together to hopefully help me double my ore output. I went down to the lake nearby and grabbed some clay because I wanted to make a juicer. With the 4 bricks I had, I made a juicer, and then I grabbed all of the things I could make juice out of. One of them was sweet berries, and I had plenty of those, so I would be good on food for a while. Raspberries, and even peach juice here, which I thought was scrumptious in my opinion. A diamond pickaxe later and some oak plates for a chair, which was pretty interesting, and I even made some coffee tables or something like that, and I made a little display in the corner of my house. I was pretty proud of it. 3 iron for a bucket. I filled the bucket up with water, and then I got some obsidian with that diamond pickaxe I just made. I gathered a good amount of obsidian, enough to make a whole nether portal and even that enchantment table I was talking about earlier. So I made the obsidian portal and then headed over to find some leather because I wanted to get enchanted quickly and I didn't have any yet. I came across some pillagers, remember that for later, so I killed the cow, and on my way back, I go to loot this village. You know what happens when you loot a village and you have the pillager thing, so I started a raid. I was not very geared up for a raid yet, so look at my health bar here. I was not doing good. I needed to run away. I had 32 levels and I was just about to enchant. Couldn't die now. So I just hid in this poor guy's house, and I even raided his chest up top, and I just left the village as it is because I'm kind of cruel like that. I went home, made an iron chest plate, and that famous enchantment table that I was talking about earlier. So I put on the chest plate and then placed down the enchantment table. I enchanted pretty much literally everything I had, even though they weren't high durability or good tools. It was kind of just what I felt like doing. And after that, I made a flint and steel because it was time for the nether. Sorry about this part, it's a little laggy here, but basically I just went in the nether, grabbed some gold ore, and then also like quartz and other things that are in the nether. And there's also this new ore that was like nether prosperity ore from mystical agriculture. I also found like cobalt and soulstone and soulium ore, just lots of random things, and I decided that was going to be it for then. I made some fur fences back at my place, and I placed them down to store my animals that I was going to collect, kind of like Pokemon. And then after I had the 2 fenced areas done, it was time to find some animals. So I went out and saw some pigs, and I made lots of them to bring home and put in my fence. It took me a little while, but eventually I got them all the way back to my house and put them in the fence. And then there was sheep and cows. I thought I would knock out 2 in 1, but eventually I only was able to come back with 2 cows. I decided it was also time for farming, so I made an iron hoe, grabbed some dirt, and I went down to the little pond outside my house and thought that was just where I was gonna make the farm at. So I tilled a good amount of land, the typical 5 by 5, and then planted down carrots, potatoes, and even wheat seeds. After doing that, I placed down a trapdoor to make it look nice, and I grew up all of the crops I had and just kind of multiplied. I was going to become a master gardener in the weeks to come. So here is just me breeding my pigs, and then I found a separate village that was actually closer to my house than the other one, so I made sure to loot it and then note the coordinates because I was going to bring some villagers over. I grabbed one of the guys in oak boat and just kind of started the long journey back. I'm not kidding, this probably took an hour just for this one guy, but I think it was worth it because things you can do with villagers are insane. So of course I had to build him only the nicest dirt hut around and trap him in there because that's what he deserved. Well, I gave him a nice dark oak door, which I thought looked nice. I made him a little bed to place down, and I got the other guy. Again, that took a lot longer than you'll see in the footage, but I decided he needed a buddy to mingle with. So I trapped them both in the dirt house, and that was about it. I grabbed some bread for him to breed with, and I just kind of threw it on them. And I also noticed that they only had 2 beds, which wasn't enough, so I went back to the village to grab some more beds and even some other stuff. I also hadn't looted the whole place yet, so that was also a bonus. I grabbed some looms and saw that there were sheep here too, so I would come back for them later. So I finished the dirt house and also rearranged the beds to make it look real nice and official. I had all colors of beds as well, so they should feel pretty comfortable. Here they were in their cute little house, and I was able to throw as much bread as they pleased. Speaking of beds, I went back to my own house and did a little bit of a decoration. That's going to be it today. Thanks for watching.